Hey guys, welcome to another 31 Horror Toys in 31 Days review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Mcfarlane Toys Sleepy Hollow, I don't know, Crone figure or Hag, something like that. It's the witch from Sleepy Hollow, which, if you haven't seen the movie, she's basically just a witch. And then this action feature was in the movie, so you can understand that. We'll go over the action feature in a minute. First off, let's take a look at the sculpt and articulation, and a little disclaimer here, I do not have all of her accessories. She did come with, candles and stuff, and like a veil that went over her head, but I do not have that. So if you want to see that, go to some other review area, but if you want to see a quick, good, amazing review, stick here and I will continue my review with you. So, to start out, let's take a look at the face sculpt, which I do like the face sculpt. It looks pretty good. It's like all mangled up here. Of course, the thing that sticks out here is the eyeballs and tongue. I do not exactly like the way those were done. We'll go over that a little bit more later. So it's the sculpt on here, it's got all sorts of wrinkles. I like that. Her hair is kind of odd. It's this big piece of rubbery, just rubber. And it's been painted fairly well, but it's just a big hunk, and you can see where it has separate pieces. Like this is one separate side here, this is separate side, and then these strands here are separate, and then this strand back here is separate. It just looks odd, like it's more going on there than you should be seeing. Okay, sculpt on the body is fairly nice as well. It's got like all sorts of little details, all the way to the dress having all these little elaborate looking little details, like it's got some sort of like floral print on there. It looks nice. And then just different fabrics back here, like fur from who knows what. It's kind of got a rusty color in there. Like the look there. Yeah, it just looks overall really nice, and I like the way it drapes out at the bottom. Now, it is weird how it's a solid piece here, so you can't see your leg under there, but that does make it a lot easier for just setting up there. And I might as well point out the specifics back here. It's from 1999, says Mcfarlane Toys and Paramount Pictures, so also made in China. A lot of things are made in China. You may notice that. Okay. So I also like the sculpt on the hands and little forearms here. It's kind of cool, the weird, like, twisted armed look that she's got here. It reminds me of one of those Deadites from Ash vs. Evil Dead or just Army of Darkness, where they're doing all these weird hand stuff that's twisting around, which is basically the reason I bought this, so she could be a stand-in as a Deadite for my new Ash figure that is just absolutely awesome. Just seeing these two next to each other gives me all sorts of ideas for stop motions or just display options, because there hasn't been a Deadite figure put out yet, but there's been like 5 different Ash figures. What a shame. It should be 4 Ashes and then at least 1 Deadite, right? I don't know. So, other things to go over. The paint is fair. As you can see, it's got the pink on the face, a little bit of a lighter pale brushing on there, then sort of just a black wash in some areas. The body's got sort of a black wash all over, as well as just different stuff here and there. And the skin tone on the arms and leg are different from the neck and face here. I don't know if that's movie accurate. I don't think they really showed much of her in the movie. She was a very bit character, which is odd that they would make a figure of her. It's just like, nowadays I can't imagine too many people picking up this figure just to use her as the character from Sleepy Hollow, because that character didn't really do anything. So, like I said, it's basically just going to be used as a stand-in for a zombie maybe, or some sort of creature of the night. And for that, I think it works fairly well. Other parts of the sculpt are like these weird little webbing type stuff that sticks out here. I don't know, it's supposed to be like one of those translucent, like, veil type costume things. It just looks odd. It looks like some sort of gooey slime that she's stuck in. I don't know, I just get that impression. It doesn't really resemble fabric. And it's got a white brushing on it. It is sculpted too to have little fabric details. It just doesn't stand out enough to really give you that fabric idea. I don't know, maybe if it was like a more solid sculpted thing, that would help a bit. Okay, so basically the sculpt is solid. I do like how this leg here is all sexy looking, so as you're going up you're like, oh, ooh la la, look at those tiny little booties. I like looking at ladies' booties. And then you get up here, and then you're just like, okay, no, nope, 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 nope. So it's perfectly done for that. Now let's talk about, might as well talk about the action feature, which is one of the more disappointing things of it, other than its lack of articulation, which we will talk about in a second. So as you can see, it has this big piece of hair that sticks out here. You're supposed to like push this up and then push it out, and you get this weird eyeball popping, tongue popping out thing, which did tie in the movie. It was like one quick second. It was a nice jump scare, and then it's off screen. So yeah, it's a nice addition if you watch the movie, I guess, but as for just having her displayed like this, she looks odd no matter what. Like, her tongue's always sticking out, her mouth's always open, it just looks a bit wrong. But one thing I did notice is, if you wanted to, you could kind of take these eyeballs out, and she would look way freaky. She would have these huge gaping holes where her eyes are, this big open mouth. I think I might do that. It would be a lot cooler. Yeah, otherwise we just get this goofy look. And I suppose the eyeballs are painted fairly nice and clean, but there's not much detail going on there. I would like to see some blood up here, maybe it's just some gooiness, something. What we get is okay, just not great. So let's talk about articulation now. As for articulation, let's start with the head. She can turn, let me get some focus back in here. She can turn like that much to the side that way and that much that way. It can kind of just do a lot of articulation, but it's inhibited by the hair in different ways. Again, then at the shoulders she has one spin, which can go full 360, and at the other side one other spin that can go full 360. And then at the elbows she has one spin there as well, which is actually just a slight bit above the elbow, if you notice there. Kind of more near the bicep. Same on the other arm. And then at the forearm there's a spin as well, on both sides, full 360. And then that's basically it. This foot's supposed to be articulated, but I can't get mine to move. It's like all solidly stuck up there. Then at the thigh it looked like there might be, but it's not. So, that's basically it. The articulation is a bit disappointing. The execution of its action feature is a bit disappointing as well. It's not the coolest. But she's not too expensive. You can pick her up on eBay for in-box for probably just about 10 or 14 bucks. Not bad at all. So I would recommend getting her if you want some sort of a zombie or deadite type thing. If you want Sleepy Hollow too, go ahead. If you are that big of a fan of Sleepy Hollow, which I do like the movie, and I do like to see some stuff from the movie, just not this one specifically. I like the other figures from the line. So anyway guys, tell me what you think about this review. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I might as well point out, if you want to see other reviews of horror toys, Ultra Maximus is another YouTuber. I'll put a link like up here for his YouTube channel, and maybe one in the description, so you can see that he is pretty cool, and he does the same type of videos that I'm doing right now, 31 horror toys in 31 days. So anyway, that's all. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace. Here are two Hags next to each other. Here she is next to a movie Cyclops figure, for no reason. And here she is next to the NECA Ash figure.